Dear students, welcome back to your social studies class. I hope you all are fine and staying at home safely. Today, I have come here to discuss with you a new topic, that is climate zones of the earth, which is chapter number 6 from unit 2 climate on earth from your social studies book The World Around Us for class 5. Okay? Now, before starting with the explanation of the chapter, students, we will discuss about certain weather symbols and we will try to know about them. Now, in the box on page number 34, there are certain symbols. Given below are some weather symbols used. Do you understand what each of them stands for? Write down about them in the space provided. Now, we will know about these symbols. First symbol with the sun and the cloud is cloudy. The second one is cloudy with light showers. Third one is thunderstorms. Fourth one, snowy. Now in the second line, first one is thermometer. Second one is blowing snow. Third one is tornado. Fourth one is windy. And the last one is raindrops. Now we will come to the discussion of the chapter, and the first topic which we will discuss today is weather and climate. Now students, before starting with the explanation, we have to know what is weather and what is climate and what is the difference between the two. Now weather refers to the atmospheric condition of a place over a short period of time, whereas climate refers to the atmospheric conditions experienced over a long period of time. So this is the basic difference between the two. Weather is temporary and changes often, that is changes from time to time. But climate remains stable over a long period. Yes, weather is temporary and it changes day by day. It can change even day by day, but climate generally it is experienced over a longer period of time and it is stable also for a long period of time. Moreover, weather prevails over a small area. Okay? Whereas, like for example, a city. Whereas climate prevails over a large area, like a country. This is the basic difference between the weather and the climate. Now, let's go into the detail. Both weather and climate are closely interrelated with each other, as weather is a part of climate. Several factors determine the daily weather of a place. Now, the weather of a place is based or is determined on certain factors. What are those? Temperature, air, pressure, wind energy, humidity, precipitation, sunshine, cloud cover. That is total 7 factors are there. Okay? These are recorded daily to forecast the weather of a place. Every day it is recorded to forecast the weather of a place. The climate of an area is determined on the basis of the weather condition of that area for a longer period of time. Okay? Changes in climate changes the season in a place. Obviously, if a climate changes, then the season also changes. In India, we experience 5 main or major seasons. Please keep in mind the names of the seasons. What are those or what are they? It's very easy. Summer, winter, monsoon, spring and autumn. Total 5 main seasons we have. Now the next topic on which we will discuss today is factors affecting the climate. Now before explanation or before going to the factors, in the right side of your page you can see sun rays received on the different latitudinal belts of the earth. Now here you can see that sun rays are there and there is a picture of the earth. And just see children, the earth's axis, Arctic Circle, Tropic of Cancer, Equator, Tropic of Capricorn, and Antarctic Circle, and you can see how much amount of sun rays each belt receives. Now on this the climate depends a lot. Now there are different factors affecting the climate of a place. The first factor is temperature and latitude. Temperature is one of the prime determinants of climate, or one of the major determinants of climate. Temperature depends on the heat received from the sun. Now obviously the amount of heat received from the sun determines the temperature. The more exposed an area is to the rays of the sun, the higher is its temperature. Now if an area is exposed more to the sun, obviously the temperature of that place is higher, and vice versa. Equatorial regions receive or experience extreme climate because it is exposed to the direct rays of the sun. These rays are intense, so we feel very hot and sweaty in this region, that is in the equatorial region. When we move away from the equator, the climate becomes moderate because now we are not receiving the direct rays of the sun. It is cold at the poles, and obviously if we move further away towards the poles, it is cold. This is because the places located in this belt receives the oblique rays of the sun and are spread out over a larger area. So it is less hot in these regions. Now what is the meaning of oblique? Oblique is the slanted rays of the sun. And students, what is the meaning of wind? A moving mass of air. Please remember the meanings, okay? Now the next topic which we will discuss is the prevailing winds. The temperature prevalent in a place governs the flow of winds. Winds blow from a cool place to a hot place. We all know this. Now, one important topic which we will discuss now is the sea breeze and the land breeze. During the daytime, land becomes hotter as compared to sea. We all know that land generally it becomes hotter compared to sea, or it becomes hot faster than the sea. This causes the wind above the land to become warm. Obviously, the wind above the land will also become warm faster. Since the sea is cooler than land, during daytime, the wind above the sea is also cooler. Obviously, the warm wind above the land rises high in the air. We all know that if wind becomes warm, it will rise high. Now, we know that when the wind rises high, then obviously that place should be taken by some other thing. So, the wind rises high in the air because it is light in weight. This makes room for cold air which gushes in from the sea. Now, obviously, no place on the earth can remain vacuum. So, obviously, the air which is above the sea, which is cold, it gushes in and takes its place. This is known as the sea breeze. It is coming from the sea and taking the place of the hot air which has risen by the time. It carries moisture which makes the land cool. This is the explanation of the sea breeze. Okay. Now winds can also take a devastating form like a tornado, hurricane or cyclone. We all know this because recently many places in India has faced this problem. Okay. Now the next factor which we will discuss, which is also very important, that is the land breeze. Now during the night the opposite thing happens. Land cools down quicker than the sea. Okay. So the air above it also cools down and becomes dense. Okay. As a result, a high pressure is created. Now, this creates a high pressure. Okay. This causes the winds to blow outward towards the sea. Now, the wind is blowing outward towards the sea from the land. This is known as the land breeze. Now, the air above the sea is warmer than the air above the land, so it rises up, and the air from the cold air from the land, it rushes and takes its place, and this is called the land breeze. So we experience sea breeze in the daytime and land breeze in the evenings. Okay, in coastal regions. All right. Now the next topic which we will discuss is moisture. Moisture causes humidity and makes a place cooler. The closer a place is to the sea, the more cool and humid it is, and vice versa. Now students, if a place is closer to the sea, the more cool and humid it is. That is, it is very much humid and more cool. And if a place is away from the sea, then it is not that much cooler. Humidity affects the climate of a place as it causes rainfall. So obviously humidity is a vital factor which affects the climate of a place. And it is also one of the cause for rainfall. In cold areas, humidity causes snowfall as well. The humidity of a place depends on factors such as distance of the place from the sea and the direction of winds. Now, the humidity of a place depends on factors such as distance of the place from the sea, one factor, and direction of winds. As a result, coastal areas are more humid than areas which are far from sea. Okay? Understood, everyone? So, coastal areas are more humid than areas which are far from the sea. Now, the next topic which we will discuss is altitude. So, like humidity, altitude also inverses the impact of heat. How? As the height increases, the temperature falls. So, we know as we go to a higher altitude, the temperature falls down, and vice versa. That means as we come lower, then the temperature rises. This is because the air, while rising from the sea level, becomes lighter and thinner as it climbs higher. So the air becomes lighter as well as thinner as it climbs higher. This causes it to lose its heat carrying capacity. So its heat carrying capacity loses. So mountainous regions enjoy a cooler climate as compared to the plain regions throughout the year. That is the reason why mountainous regions experience a cooler climate as compared to the plains, which almost remains hot throughout the year. This is the reason that hill stations become popular during summers, because they are cool as compared to the plains. Now, in the activity sheet here, you will see that you are told to circle the symbols on the basis of the climate of these places. Now, we will analyze this thing. First name is Srinagar. Now, children, we all know that Srinagar is snowy. So, please circle that. Second is Kochi. Kochi is cloudy with light showers. Shillong again is snowy, and Jaipur is sunny. Now, till this we have explained today. In the next class, I will complete the explanation of this chapter. Until then, children, please go through the chapter and then listen to the explanation so that this chapter can be clear to you. Until then, Goodbye everyone. Stay safe and be indoors.